press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi students, in the previous units we have discussed about the magnetism of matter, magnetic effect of electric current. That means a current carrying conductor producing magnetic field. And also we discussed about the force experienced by a moving charge in a magnetic field. Similarly, we see that a conductor carrying current when placed in a magnetic field experiences a force. This particular effect we are calling it as a mechanical effect of electric current. That if you place just a conductor in the magnetic field, it is not experiencing any force, it remains at the position where you placed. But if the same wire when carries the current, suddenly it experiences a force and move. The current when exists in a wire and it is in a magnetic field is experience a force. This effect called mechanical effect of electric current. This property is used in the measuring instrument such as ammeter, which is used to measure the current, and voltmeter, which is used to measure the potential drop across the conductor. And same property is used or in working, same property is responsible for working of the electric motors. In every house we are seeing the water lifting motor, an electric motor, a pump, water pump, or grinder and mixer, or your overhead electric fans are running, and even the electric toys the childs are playing. The principle behind it is the same. When we pass the current through a conductor which is in a magnetic field, it experiences a force, and if it is connected to any bodies, then the body will move. So thus, now we have to see in this chapter on what factors this force depends. And it's one major application as a device which used to measure or detect the current is a moving coil galvanometer. And then how this galvanometer is converted into a current measuring device as ammeter and potential drop measuring device as a voltmeter. So let us begin with the expression for the force on a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. When you take a conductor, it is have abundant free electrons in it. Even though you have studied Ohm's law, that large number of free electrons are randomly moving in the conductor, and the average velocity of the electrons, free electrons in the conductor is 0. Hence, we are not seeing any current. But when we applied potential difference across the conductor, then current established due to the drifting of electrons opposite to the direction of the electric field. An electric field established in this direction, positive and negative end. Electrons are drifting now in the direction opposite to that of the electric field established. And these electrons moving in the conductor constitutes the current. Means electrons are charged particles. They are moving in a specific direction, produce magnetic field. You already learnt in the magnetic effect of electric current. So that is the same reason which can extend it to the conductor carrying current when placed in a magnetic field experience a force. Because this magnetic field which is generated by the current in the conductor, when the conductor is placed making some angle with respect to the magnetic field, making an angle theta, and you come to know in the magnetic effect that magnetic field is produced in a plane perpendicular to the direction of the current. This is the magnetic field produced by the current in the wire. So if this is the angle theta, then there is an interaction, the B cos theta, Bi cos theta. The magnetic field of the current carrying conductor is interacting with the field already existing in which you are placed the conductor. This interaction makes the wire which is carrying current to experience a force. The reason is superposition of this produced field from the conductor is opposed by the field already existing in that region, and that want to push the field out means it push the conductor, it like to push the conductor out of the field. The reason I told you, current carrying conductor produce magnetic field. That magnetic field when interact with the field in which you are placed the conductor, this interaction is the basic responsible for the conductor to experience a force. If it is not carrying any current, simply you place a conductor, it won't experience force because average velocity of the free electrons is zero, no current, no movement of the charges we say. When the charge is at rest, it does not give any magnetic field. But when charge is moving in the conductor in a specific direction, that electrons, they generate magnetic field, and that magnetic field when interacts with the field, then there is a force. That is what why the conductor carrying current placed in the magnetic field experience a force. With this knowledge, what is the magnitude and direction of the force that the conductor experience in the magnetic field, let us come to. I have taken a uniform magnetic field, parallel to the board from left to right, entire conductor in this uniform magnetic field B. L is the length of the conductor which carries the current I. I told drift velocity of the electrons of the conductor to constitute this current is in opposite direction. Length of the conductor is L. So every electron which is drifted with velocity in the conductor due to the applied potential difference that responsible for constituting the current is experiencing a force because of the field in which you place that wire. What is the force on each electron? Force on each free electron of the conductor. Force on each free electron is you have relation Q into V cross B. Last chapter we have discussed a moving charge experience a force. So this charge is nothing but minus E, where E is the electron charge negative. Instead of V, I am writing drift velocity of the electrons into B, V cross B. This is equation 1. Suppose in unit length of the volume, if A is the area of cross section, L is the length which you considered of this wire, free electron density is number of electrons per unit volume. That if that is the free electron density is number of electrons per volume of the conductor, then I can say what is the number of free electrons in the conductor that we have taken capital N equal to, N is the number of electrons per unit volume, cross section area is L and length NaL. Each electron is facing the force. Then all the electrons, this number, are experiencing a force in the conductor when the current is existing. Therefore, the total force on the conductor F equal to NaL minus E into Vd cross B. But you know, when I am talking about this current element of length dl carrying the current I, but the drift velocity of the electrons is in opposite directions. If I transferred minus Vd, generally minus Vd as a dl, positive dl, because they are in opposite direction. Therefore, I can write L I take inside, Vd I bring out. So then the force become NaEVd. I taken inside L cross B. And further, you know, it is in the Ohm's law you have discussed and derived the expression for the current, where N is the number electron density, area of cross section of the wire, electron charge and drift velocity of the electrons gives the current. Therefore, the expression for the force is IL cross B. We got the expression for it. So that what is the force is given by this. I hope you are understood. You are asking for 3 marks in the board examination, an important one for the PUC board exam concerned. Just I told you, a conductor carrying current experiences a force. The reason is, when current is carried in the conductor, drift electrons are moving in the direction opposite to the current. As they are moving, charge particles under the field, they experience a force. Each electron experiences force of this much. In the given length and area of cross section of the wire, the total number of electrons which can constitute the current is NaL. Every electron is producing, therefore the current on the conductor, the force on the conductor is nothing but force on all free electrons that are drifting in the conductor. But I given you, IDL is in one direction, drift velocity is in the opposite direction. Minus Vd is dl. Therefore, I have written NaEVd into L. If D current element concept I given there. F is equal to IL into cross B. This is a vector form for 3 marks. I hope you have followed these steps. The force which suggests cross product directly here, that the force is perpendicular to both L and B. It is perpendicular to both L and B. If it is the direction of the field and the current, left hand, L cross B gives you this. They are in one plane and thumb in the perpendicular plane. Current element and magnetic field are in one plane, but thumb representing the force in the perpendicular plane. Otherwise, I can say whatever may the angle between the current element and the magnetic field, the force is always perpendicular to both current element and also perpendicular to the magnetic field. That we come to know from this. Here, let us come to the part. So the force, we got expression IL cross B. So it is a vector. Then if you want magnitude of force, F equal to IBL sin theta, where theta is the angle between the magnetic field and the current element. When does the force is maximum? Force maximum, theta must be equal to 90 degree. That means the direction of the magnetic field and the conductor carrying current must be perpendicular to each other. Then we get force maximum equal to BIL, maximum force experiences. Suppose force minimum or force 0, theta equal to 0 degree or 180 degree. Force minimum becomes 0 if you place the conductor parallel to the magnetic field, that is in the direction current carrying conductor may be, or placed in the opposite direction. In the same direction theta is 0, opposite direction theta is, if it is the L, length of the conductor, force on that is 0. Maximum field force when conductor and field must be perpendicular. 0 when conductor is placed parallel. Why? Why? Already one thing I told. Whenever a conductor carrying current produces the magnetic field, this is due to the current in the conductor. Magnetic field have interaction and that make the force to experience. When the conductor is placed perpendicular, magnetic field due to the current in the conductor become maximum interaction with B. The field of the conductor has maximum interaction with B. Interaction is more, force is more. Interaction as goes on decreases, force decreases. When you place parallel, when you place the parallel the conductor, this is the direction of B and also the current. Magnetic field produced is perpendicular. Interaction is 0. No interaction, no force. Maximum interaction, maximum force. In this case, it is having some interaction, therefore some force. As theta goes on increases, force goes on increases. When conductor is perpendicular, experience maximum force because of maximum interaction it have. So now coming to the, as it is a vector, the direction of the force. Direction of force is given by Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule. So you have to stretch the three fingers, first three fingers of the left hand in three mutually perpendicular direction, forefinger in the direction of the field, middle finger in the direction of the current, then thumb represents the direction of the force that the current carrying conductor placed in the magnetic field. That means for left hand, first you have to stretch the left hand first three fingers. Forefinger represents the magnetic field, middle finger represents the current, and thumb represents the force. This geometrically can be represented as forefinger is in the direction of B, and this represents the direction of current, middle finger, and thumb represents the force. Left hand. That is what we come to know, but here how much portion of the conductor in the magnetic field that only experience a force. This entire conductor, if I consider the length L, in this region the field must be uniform, B must be uniform, and it is for a straight conductor. What I explained so far is in the uniform field, entire conductor I have taken is in the magnetic field and the conductor is straight. So for any conductor of orbital shape, how we can estimate the magnetic field we have to see. However, you come to know maximum force is IBL sin theta when it is kept perpendicular to the magnetic field. No force when conductor carrying current is parallel to the field. Direction of the force experienced by the conductor is given by Fleming's left hand rule. Stretch the three fingers of the left hand, forefinger in the direction of magnetic field, middle finger in the direction of the current, thumb represents the direction of the force on the conductor. With this, let us come to the arbitrary shape. When wire is bent in the arbitrary shape, how the magnetic force can be estimated? Let us, I taken some reason. In this, the field is uniform into the board. Magnetic field is applied into the board, and the wire is having some shape like this, carrying the current I. In such cases, I have to consider the small elemental length as a dl, carrying the current I, extend it from P to Q. How to get such small current elements? I can go on add one by one. Such elements. So these elements, each one produces a force, we have to get the vector addition. Otherwise, I can join them. And this length, PQ, is nothing but L, if I called it as lambda. The length of the straight portion. Now I can write the magnetic force experiencing by that is I into dl cross B, an integration, line integral of it. So every elements added the vectorially the force, a net force, it is almost a displacement. Even the direction of current which I am showing, here I can apply this. Now this entire conductor which is appearing to be of the form Q2P, I can take only this straight portion with I, which is having length L. Its length may be L, but I am taking the length, this effective length lambda. Then this can be written as force experienced by it. I am writing magnitude I into integration of dl cross B. So this integration of dl, B into integration of dl, that nothing but lambda, or IB into PQ, or it is IB into lambda. That is the expression for the force experienced by this bent wire in this form of S. How this can be? Let us take another as a semicircle. The same magnetic field uniform in which I placed, and if we have in the semicircular shape carrying current I of radius R, radius of the circle is R, between P and Q the same thing. What is the force it experiences? Magnitude if I take. So now again I have to make it as small elements as previously taken. Vector sum of all those gives you the force experiencing. So this force which experiences is given by I into B into integration of dl. This integration of dl is the net, is the PQ. R plus R is 2R. direction of current is this. I can take here direction of the current, and as integration dl equal to IB into 2R, because sin theta is 90, B is perpendicular to the board. Even I write sin 90, it is theta is 90 between DL and B. Even in this case also it is in the plane. Theta is 90 degree. That is why I am not taken the theta value in these cases. I think you are followed. This become 2IBR is the force experienced by a semicircle in the plane XY, but perpendicular to this plane. If I applied the magnetic field, then the force that experienced by the semicircle carrying current I is given by 2IBR. Let us see a situation. Let us consider this is rigidly fixed about the 2 points, and this wire carrying the current is this. The current is I, and however the radius, it experiencing a force you come to know as magnetic field is acting inward, 2IBR. The force that in the semicircle, suppose these ends of the wire, ends of the conductor are connected by a string, under the application of the current and the field perpendicular. Now there is a tension in the wire. What the tension value can also be estimated from this. What is the tension in the wire which are fixed at the free ends of that? When wire carries a current I and magnetic field is applied like this, current in this direction, magnetic field is inward, then 2T, because equilibrium is achieved, downward force that is due to tension, upward force due to the magnetic one, that is 2BIR. Clearly suggests T is equal to BIR. Is the tension in each string. Tension in each string is given by this. We already calculated here what happened, how the force magnitude is. And if you connected the ends to a string, each string is experiencing that force. So let us, if you consider a magnetic field into the board and a loop of wire of some shape carrying the current clockwise. At any point they take, the current is this direction. You can see according to the Fleming's left hand rule, fielded into the board, current is outward, thereby the force experiencing is outward. Any point you can take here, or if you can take at this position, or you can take at this position. Everywhere the force that coming into existence here by the magnetic force, this is uniform magnetic field which is acting into the board, current is clockwise, every part of the wire experiencing the force and stretches the loop outward and make it to have a perfect circle. That means you will get a perfect circle. equilibrium is achieved, F and this F, here also F, and here is F. A perfect circle of certain radius achieving when it is placed. A random loop have not proper shape, but it is converted into a perfect circle by the force, magnetic force, when the current in this case taken in the and clockwise direction. The loop is get into circular shape because uniformly structured at every point outward and give the circular shape. Suppose if you place in the magnetic field a current carrying loop, net force on this is 0 because you can see 50% of the portion. Let the current is flowing here, R, and this is also R. Current is the direction. You come to know the force is upward. What is the force in the upper half of this magnetic field into the board upward is F equal to Bi/R. What is the force in the downward half is outward, F equal to Bi/R. What is the net force on the loop is 0. Net force on the loop is 0. Or I can say that force net in this case equal to I into integration of B integration dl cross B. However, that perpendicular, no doubt, I can write IB sine 90 into integration of dl. What is integration of dl in this? 0. Because it is a displacement concept. dl is vector concept it is. When I start from point A and return to the point A, what is the displacement is 0. So what is the length is 0. Because this 0, force is becoming 0. A loop carrying current placed in the magnetic field won't experience any force in that situation. So we have taken arbitrary shape, even a straight wire is given. Another example, a straight wire is given of length L carrying current I is bent at the middle. Magnetic field is into the board, uniform throughout, and this become L/2 and this also become L/2. This total angle is theta. Each part if you take it is theta/2 and theta/2. Now the current I in this. Now I cannot take the end from P to Q as it is. I cannot take. The conductor for my reference appears to be this. Now this is the magnetic field into the board which is acting uniformly, and this portion if I call it as X and another is also X, total length is X. This is the conductor I prefer of length 2x integration of dl. Current I am taking upward because this current goes from P to Q. From P to Q it reaches. And magnetic field is into the board. Now both are perpendicular. Theta is 90 degree for this. What is the magnetic force then for this if I write magnetic force equal to magnitude I am writing Bi into L. Instead of L, what I have to write here? It is a 2x sine 90 because DL and B are perpendicular. This become 1. I have to find x. What is x in this triangle? In this triangle, what is the value of f? X. Sine theta by 2 is opposite side by hypotenuse. That is sine theta by 2 is x by L by 2. Opposite side by hypotenuse. X is equal to L by 2 into sine theta by 2. This I substitute here and I will get the equation Bi into 2 into L sine theta by 2 divided by 2 and simply become BIL sine theta by 2. If it is divided into theta, bent in the form of between them is theta, but BIL half that angle, the value of force appears to be. So such any type of bending may take place, or the wire may have some arbitrary shape. We can calculate the field using the vector concept clearly. Now I given you only the magnitude to make it more convenient. Even in direction, I take some examples through which you can understand the force, magnetic force in a better manner. For reference level, you keep it in mind this directly. It is X, Y and Z, I directions of the. If you move like this, it is negative. Move in the anti-clockwise direction is positive. Now take the example 1. The magnetic field is perpendicular to the board outward and conductor is carrying the current I in this direction of length L. Then what is the force it experiences? In the vector form we can see it more easily, because B, I can write it is XY plane is the board, outward is plus K, inward is minus K. Field is outward means I can write it is BK. And even current from left to right is along X. IL is nothing but in the direction of IL into I. I hope you are followed. It is along X, it is along Z. What is the force you are experiencing it? IL cross B. In case of IL, I cross BK. This I can write as ILB into I cross K. ILB into I cross K. I cross K is a clockwise. Clockwise means J comes negative. That means minus ILB with J is the answer for this. That means in what direction the force is acting is, here the force is downward. You obtain the direction of the force, also the magnitude. If they given the values, you can substitute and find the answer. In what direction means along minus y axis is the answer. This direction, along X current element, along Z. So if you observe like this, it is the magnetic field is towards you, current is in this direction, then thumb represents the force. It is not away from the left hand rule, but you find this. Take another. So let us take an example. Second is B is in the direction and current is in the same direction I. What is the force? This represents, if it is of length L, along x-axis means I can write BI. IL, I can write it as IL into I. According to this, IL cross B, which is IL into I cross B into I. IL B into I cross I is 0. No force. If the conductors are parallel, it won't experience any force. That's the answer. Let us come to the third one. Such that the current is perpendicular. Magnetic field is in this direction. Outward of length L. Now B is nothing but BI along x direction. Current is outward means along K. IL can be written as IL into K. Now what is the force magnitude? IL into K cross BI. ILB into K cross I. What is K cross I? Positive, anti-clockwise. J. ILBJ. What suggests is this wire is experiencing a force upward. That means this is the direction of the force. So current and force, field and the current is outward, force is upward along positive y-axis. So let us take another example. So another example take. A wire is bent so that each length, each side is A. It is also A, it is also A. Current is travel like this. Each side is length A, that this length. And a magnetic field is applied perpendicular to the board. When you look here, B can be written BK. But one thing you feel, the current which is producing in the wire part 1, wire part 2 and wire part 3. So when we see this current to the left, if I applied the Fleming's left hand rule first way, opposite current mutually cancel the force. How I show you that this current is towards left and field is outward. See, the field is outward, current is to the left. See here, this is upward. The force here is F1. Current to the right, field is outward, current to the right, down force. That means this force, F2. Both are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. F1 is equal to minus F2. They cancel. Net force on 1 and 2 become 0. Net force on 1 and 2 become 0. Therefore, I can equivalently write this as, if I called this end as P and Q, P and Q only gives with the current direction I. This entire I can neglect only this wire. With the magnetic field B is a BK. And this current element A, IA is equal to IA into towards Y minus J. Now find the value of the magnetic force on this completely shown U shape. What is the magnetic force on this? So that is IA cross B here. Instead of length I taken A. So IA into minus J cross BK minus IAB into J cross K. Minus you can bring out. J cross K is anti-clockwise. So it is anti-clockwise. J cross K is I. Therefore it become minus IAB of I. That means along a negative axis. That means negative x means force is acting towards left. This wire is experiencing force towards left. Minus I brought here out. J cross K given you the positive direction. I minus sign indicates force is acting to the left. I hope you are understood in this case. These two force cancel. This only remains half part A and carrying current I, and force is left. Entire this U-shaped wire, because of the magnetic field and the current, starts moving towards left with this force. It moves towards the left or negative x axis. So even earlier taken the case, let us see what is the direction of the force in that. So semicircle, we come to know PQ point and O, this is R, current is carrying I, magnetic field is B. Oh, I removed that, okay. For conveniently written, I write once again. X is I, YJ, and Z is K, positive, negative. So now if you observe, this entirely replaced with the 2R, current is I and PQ, length is 2R, direction B is inward. Now if you write the expression for B, is B inward is minus K. Inward B is minus K according to that. It is to the right is X. 2R into I is I 2R into I. So together if I write F force on this, I 2R cross B. 2R I cross B of minus K. So this minus 2RBI into I cross K. I cross K negative, clockwise minus J. So this I can write minus 2RBI minus J, or this can be written as 2RBI into J. That means already I shown the direction is this. Force here I can show like F. The magnitude is 2RBI and acting upward in that case. So I hope you have followed this. Let us take another example, similarity. So another example, semicircle. Again this length is 2R. Current is I. PQ. R and R. This is equivalent to, I write as a 2R, Q and P. Current is flowing upward because of this. Length is a 2R. And magnetic field is also acting in this direction B. What is the force on it? What is the force on that? If the wire is placed like that, I can write here it is 2Ri. Vector is 2Ri into J. B also can be written as Bj. So therefore the force acting between them is 2Rij cross Bj. 2Rib into J cross J. You know, in cross product that is 0. These two are parallel, hence the force is 0. So let us go to the next one. So I am taking a specific example here. In this example, wire is carrying the current of this form. This is 4 centimeter and this length is 4 centimeter and this length is 6 centimeter. Current is flowing in this order. So they ask about magnetic field is acting, and further given current in the wire is 10 ampere, field strength is 5 Tesla. Find the force in the wire. We have to find the force in the wire. Now these two I can merge it one. And equivalent circuit, like equivalent arrangement I show here, that this is 4 centimeter and another 4 centimeter. Together it is 8 centimeter wire. Length become 8 centimeter. Current in both is upward. Magnetic field is out of the board. I made into two parts. This is one, L1 and I same, B same. Another second part, if you look, this is the part L2 6 centimeter, same current, B is outward. Now see what happens in both cases, the value of the force. Now if I write for this the IL1 is IL1 into upward means according to that it is the J. B is outward, so B can be written as BK. This is one part where we can find the force for the first case. F equal to IL1 cross B. So that IL1 into J cross BK. Or IL1B into J cross K. J cross K, see here, J cross K is anti-clockwise, I is positive. IL1BI. Substitute the values. 10 ampere, L1 is 8 centimeter, 10 power minus 2 into B is 5. So this into I. 8 5 is 40, 400. 400 10 power minus 2 become 4I is the force. It is 1, F1 for the first part. Come to second. Current in this direction means IL2, if I write IL2 into I, direction of current is this. Taken B is a BK. For this F2, if I go for the second part, for this portion of the wire, F2 is equal to IL2 cross IL2J, sorry, IL2 I cross BK. IL2B into I cross K. I cross K is negative. That means minus I cross K is J. IL2B. So minus current is 10, length is 6 into 10 power minus 2 into 5J. 300. 3 minus 3J. Suppose if you want net force on this is F1 plus F2. The answer is F1 is 4I minus 3J. Is the answer if they give like that. Magnitude is asked, Fn go with the square root. 4 square plus 3 square is 5 Newton. So this direction tan theta can also be obtained, but I given the magnitude. They may give you this or this one. The force, net force is of 5 Newton, but direction required you have to use tan theta function y by x, or vector form is 4I minus 3J. I think you followed how we merge these two and get the answer 4I, F1 for vertical portion, horizontal portion give you the minus 3J, and we return 4I minus 3J is the final answer. Let us take another example in which the wire is of a form. ACD FZ. Current it carries like that. Each section is of length A. Find out the effective magnetic field in this. What is the magnetic force on this compound? Net magnetic force here between AG. So from previous one example, as we discussed in the previous unit, you come to know the force on this portion and force on this portion are equal and opposite because current are reversed, everything is same. I can write force DC equal to minus force EF, cancel each other. But the entire system can be written as from A, if I take this wire up to B, magnetic field placed is in out of the board. So now this A and this portion A. Together there is 3A. Current is from left to right, I. Magnetic field is out of the board. B I can write as BK. Whereas this 3AI is a 3AI into the direction is I. What is the force? Force equal to 3AI into I cross BK. 3IB into I cross K. I cross K is negative. Therefore, minus 3AIB J. That means negative y-axis means here the force is acting downward. The force is acting downward with this magnitude. Minus y-axis along 3AIB along negative y-axis. So little bit if you use vector algebra correctly, you will get the fine answers in those. So let us take another example in this. Freely suspended wire in a mid-air. The wire is freely suspended by the support of the magnetic force. Field is acting into the board whose magnitude is given as, how much you have to calculate. The mass of the wire suspended is given is 400 gram and length of the wire is 2 meter and current it carries is 2 ampere. We have to find magnitude of the force. It hangs freely in air under the support of that magnetic field. So when you see this, if it is of length L, so just I go for it immediately because magnitude is important here. The magnetic field is into the board, current is outward. Magnetic force which is acting on this is upward. Whereas the weight of the wire is acting downward. There are two forces. Both forces, gravitational force by which it can fall. It is a freely suspended in air implies that clearly Fm is opposite to Fg. Magnetic force is equivalent opposite to gravitational force. B and I are perpendicular. Therefore, I can write BIL sin 90 equal to mg relation. I enter to the solution part from this. Why I taken? I explained you. So, if you want a magnetic field strength B, mg 400 into 10 power minus 3 kg into 9.8 mg upon IL 2 into 2. 4 cancelling, this become 0.98 Tesla. 98 Tesla, already the given direction, no problem. If this magnitude of the magnetic field is necessary for the given wire to hang freely in air. So we have taken some example. Let us continue in the next video. I conclude here. We started what is meant by mechanical effect of electric current and obtained the expression for the force experienced by conductor carrying current in the magnetic field. is most important because it is asking for board examination, the derivation. And all other concepts may be for short answers, questions in the board exam, but all other things which we discussed are more important for JEE and NEET. And we have taken some examples. We'll continue in the next video. Thank you.